Hey guys, welcome to another episode of No Country for Otakus. It's just me today. My boy Dwayne has been out. Got some personal problems going on, and we've missed a couple weeks because you know sick and stuff like that. Nah, man, we not. This is a show called Never Promised Land. Bro, these little kids, man, that's weird. I'm trying to do one by myself. It's probably gonna be shorter though, and then we go. Also part of this, I'm gonna try to see if I can not get in trouble by doing trailers for a couple movies, dude. Bro, this. Did you see the Monster Hunter fucking trailer, bro? I don't know if you played that game, but your girl, Resident Evil, Resident Evil got on that hoe. Oh, so you gotta stick around because I'm gonna play after I just review this anime here real quick. It's gonna be short because it's just me and I got no one to like bounce ideas off of outside of you in the chat, and you don't really watch anime. So yeah, man, waifu. Hey, I could do a waifu list because I've watched enough. I've watched enough anime. So yeah, I would say so. The anime that I'm trying to review today is the one called The Promised Neverland. Yeah, I'm trying to get used to this widescreen, bro. It's like throwing me off because uh, just give me a second. Oh shit! Whoops! Made a mistake there, dude. Send that message again. All right, so The Promised Neverland it is a pretty cool anime. 13 episodes came out. It brought it was showing last year, 2019. Came out in 2019. It was supposed season two was supposed to come out in October, but you know the usual thing, COVID. So I guess it hit the production team pretty hard, and that threw that shit in the toilet. So I guess it's supposed to schedule to come out next year. Next year, in January. All right. Subtitles, man. No, I can't like watch. There's people that watch the dub, and that's cool. Oh, but you got the premise of what Monster Hunter is, right? So, I think like, dude, like the ratio right now is like 24K like almost 20K dislike. So there's people that like, oh, it's pretty cool. Well, they went the army premise in here, you know, transfer to another dimension. But Tony Jaw's in it, so at least there's some you know karate Muay Thai shit, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so for the Promised Neverland, pretty much it's it what's cool about this anime is pretty much it's all in one location, which is an orphanage. Well, it doesn't come across as an orphanage, but it's a bunch of kids in the house, and this maid chick they call her mother. This woman here in the corner, and pretty much she runs the orphanage. She takes care of the kids and stuff, and they're all like under the age of 12, 11. Yeah, under the age of 12. And what will happen is every time they turn like 12 or anything, they would get adopted. And she would take them away, and then you'll never see them. They'll be like, "Oh, make sure you're right," blah blah blah, and you know the stuff. But you never see the kids again, pretty much like that. So the caretaker's name is Isabella. So she's pretty much running the shit. So this one night, this girl named Carrie, She was she got selected to go. Oh, she got adopted. Oh, we gonna get there, bro. We gonna get there. You know I love to talk to movies. I'm gonna probably do more movies than anime this week. But yeah. So Carrie comes through. They say yeah, Carrie gets adopted, and she has this little bunny. And so everyone says goodbye and say I'm gonna make sure I write a lot, yada yada yada, and they leave. And Carrie leaves her little toy bunny on the fucking table. So one of the stars of the show, Emma, redhead down here. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Every time there's a main character in the anime, he has like some wacky fucking hair. So yeah. Shit. All right, we'll do that. Once I get there, I'm gonna fire up the Zoom, and then you could jump on, man. We'll talk about it. I'm gonna try to keep this to like 30 minutes. Let me just finish up. Should be fun, bro. And this is me and you. We gonna go wild, man. Shit. Hell yeah. All right, we that's a bet. Definitely on, man. So I guess like get your Zoom and stuff ready so that we can make it easy. So yeah, so this week, so Emma realizes that she left the bear and fucking tries to take it to her. So her and Norman, which is this kid down here, takes the little stuffed animal to her. And they pull up and there's nothing but this little fucking truck in this little. Oh, and they're like, what the hell? So in the trailer, you saw that area where they had it barred off. So on the other side of that is pretty much the that's the only entrance and exit from where they at. And they go there, man. They found Connie, man. They found her ass dead as fuck. I probably should laugh. I probably should laugh at that part. But yeah, they found her dead, man. So they're freaking out. Oh my god, what's going on? So then they start to realize that being adopted means your ass getting taken out to eat, which is fucking crazy as hell. So pretty much the whole anime is them plotting on what to do. There's a part in there where it's like 37 kids. Hey, definitely don't mean shit. But this was a little. This is actually, you know what? Like, I would recommend this one to you. This one a little more serious, even though I keep laughing. But this was a little better. It's only 13 episodes too, so it's pretty short. So you could probably knock that the fuck out. It's one of the better ones. It's not like corny, like some anime that your cousins and shit recommended to you. This was actually pretty good. And so they're all 11. Norman, this kid, Ray, and Emma, they all like just at that age where they're about to get adopted, but not yet. And so when they found the body, then they see these these demons or monsters or whatever. I guess that they're the ones that eat the kids. They like show up, so they fucking dip. Once they see him, and they left the damn doll behind. Now that's a big problem because the mama woman took the kid and left the doll. So how the doll get there? So she brings the doll back, and it's like a scene where she's standing there looking at the doll like, yo, who the fuck saw? So they're all like planning, hey, yo, we gotta start training and stuff to try to get out of here. So during playtime or recess or whatever the fuck, they'll try to play a tag, which they'll be running through the forest and stuff, trying to see if they can find alternate exits and stuff. So the mama chick, she hires another brings in this other chick. Hey, black character. Anyway, yo, this bitch crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Like, even her whole demeanor through the whole anime, like her face and shit like that, and the whole anime is the way they draw her. She bat shit crazy, dude. She had a busted up little doll, I guess. Nah, it's not stereotype. It's like I've seen a lot of shit, and I'm going back. I'm just bonkers. So the whole point when she was there, she was actually trying to replace this character, Isabella. Um, but so she was trying to plot, but she didn't have no one to talk to, so she used to talk to this busted ass doll, and the doll gets explained in the flashback. So like she had the doll from when she's small. So what happened? What it started to show is that these kids, some of them will get eat, but some of the female characters they'll use them as cause they gotta keep a steady supply of the kids, and how else can you get kids without women? So they'll just like you get the point. They'll take some of the women, they'll breed them to have more kids, and then they'll either become a mother or they'll eat them. I don't think they eat them because at that point they're too old. I think the whole thing is that at yes, concubines. Yeah, man. So I think they'll probably just discard them. But I think the whole premise is that the brains or something are at perfect taste at like 12. That's why they always harvest them around 12. At least if I remember correctly, that's how it goes. I watched this shit last year, pulling shit from my head. So the whole time she's there playing, like this woman, they're playing tag in the forest. And she's like, "I'll play tag with you," and she is just running through. Ha! No comment, man. No comment. I don't know. They eat it. It was demons though, so yeah, I guess so. You can say that motherfucker was a demon. So she's playing tag, and this is part of the stereotypical part because she's like a athletic, fast black woman, and she's just running through, tearing up the kids. Like she's just picking them up one by one so they couldn't escape. And then eventually she starts to come around. They all decide, "Look, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help train y'all. Try to escape and stuff." The main woman, Isabella, which is the main mother, she catches on, and she gets her pretty much fired. So she goes back, and that's when you get the flashback scene of the Karune, her flashback, this lady, and she gets murked. They kill her ass, man. Those demons, they murk her ass. So she gone. Bye. So this guy Dawn and this girl, they're slowly starting to incorporate other people, and they didn't want to tell them what was happening. So he finds out. He like breaks in a room in the main mother's room, and sees like all the all like the toys and shit the other kids left behind. So he put two and two together. He starts whooping everyone's ass. He like gets emotional, punches one dude in the face. So this guy Norman, he like goes out into the forest. Cause it's pretty much a forest, and then this one house in the middle. And he goes out into the forest and shit, and trying to see if there's other exits. And he finds a wall. So there's this big ass wall surrounding the whole compound. So he's like, "Oh shit!" So then they figured out a way to climb the wall. So he gets to the top of the wall, and on the other side of the wall is literally a gorge. So it's like, man, these kids can't fucking win. And then, so like I said, they're practicing and getting ready. They find out that there's a traitor. Someone's a snitch. And it's this boy Ray, top corner. So he finds out Ray is a snitch. Snitch ass motherfucker. So he's reporting back to. That's how the woman was able to stay ahead of him. Because she pretty much had someone on the inside telling all the secret plans and stuff. So that was kind of messed up. And then so since the other lady was gone, they did the whole hide and seek thing again. Alright, it was a tag, and so they all have chips in them too. Yo, this I didn't know that I recapped this fucking anime. This shit's depressing. Shit. So they had chips in them, so that's how they're able to track the kids. So they also had to figure out a way to take that shit out. So scrolling down to the end, pretty much tells Ray, you can't be a spy for me no more because you punk ass. And so the mother kicks him to the curb, and he was about to commit suicide. Like, he poured gasoline on himself and shit. And just before he was about to burn the orphanage down with himself in it, they all busted in, stopped him, and because they started to tell all the other kids, hey, we gotta get out of here and stuff because they're trying to kill us. There's, I know, man, he went extreme, dog. Like, literally, he had the match and everything. He was the lighter. He was about to flick this shit, and they stopped him. So the kids brought like meat. They was like, yo, we gonna burn the meat. So they'll think for at least long enough that you're, even though meat, regular meat and human meat, is two different smells, but they're gonna think long enough, hey, shit, this gonna give us time to escape. And they was about to do it, so they started to burn the orphanage down, so they all book it to the forest. And I get some of the kids were just too young. Some of them was like 3 and stuff, so you can't take them. So those kids had to stay behind. And there was a little kid called Phil. Boop. Genius, man. 4 years old. Already knew, like, pretty much. No one told him anything, but when they like sat him down and told him, he's like, oh, so it's I figured it was that. So he already knew. So he volunteered to stay behind and take care of the rest of the younger kids. 4 years old, man. I was picking boogers at that age. Anyway, so kid here, so he stays behind. The mother chases him. She tries to track him. There's no tracking because they took the chips out. So she pretty much tries to chase him into the forest. They get on top of the wall, and somehow these kids were able to. Oh, fuck! I know, right? Rugrats. Oh shit. That was an interesting cartoon when I was younger. Anyway, they get to the top of the wall and they threw lines across to the trees on the other side. Don't ask me how they were able to do that at 12. If you saw the size of this gorge. Thirsty ass little kids. And then they zip line using hangers to get across. And then pretty much at that point they all escaped, and that was the end of the season. So very good anime. I like the story. Season 2 was supposed to come out, like I said, this month, but that not happening. So it's probably coming out in January next year. Just pretty much a quick review, about 30 minutes. Rating out of 5. I say 5 out of 5. I recommend it. You should probably check it out. It's only 13 episodes. It's pretty short, and gets a little dark. But it's interesting to see how the kids try to plan around beating the mother so that they can escape. So next season obviously is them out in the real world, I guess, because obviously there's other facilities and stuff, I assume, with other kids. Oh, I almost forgot to say. So the reason that she was pretty much having Ray as a snitch, because they had a flashback with her. And she had a son. She was pregnant, and then she pretty much found out that Ray is her kid. So it's like a weird way of being protective. But he escaped too. Norman, he as part when she like found him trying to discover where to get out, she pretty much got his date moved up. So he shipped out, but you never actually see him die. So I'm assuming he might still be alive. All you do is see him walk in the room with all the demons. So he probably is alive. We don't know. But right now the assumption is that he's dead. But I don't think. You know how it is. If you don't see a body, especially in like superhero movies and anime, them motherfuckers coming back. Like I say, it's just a first season. So it wrapped up pretty good for this. I hope the next season comes out so that it doesn't leave us on a cliffhanger. If you read manga or comics, feel free to knock that shit out. Because, man, sometimes you get one season, then that's it. And then The characters, very good characters. The characters will obviously carry the film, but you know we all the anime. Edwin, you know that we when we watch movies and stuff, it's all about the characters, man. If the characters crap, bro, we walk out the fucking. So, I give the characters 5, and man. So yeah, be sure to check out the Promised Neverland. And that's my little spill on it, on the 30 minutes. Now we get to the fun part, guys. I'm joking. That was the fun part. It's kind of weird because it's just me. Usually it's better when you have someone to talk to. So we're going to go ahead and close all this shit. And we're going to go enjoy some miscellaneous stuff now. Alright. Okay, so while I'm trying to get this thing to work, let's go ahead and throw on animators coming out. I don't know, it's been showing for a couple years, called Attack on Titan. The final season is supposed to come out in November. So let's go ahead and enjoy some trailer action. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for this shit. I can see myself getting fucking copyrighted, kick me off of Twitch.
ここは危ねえぞ。飛んでいけ。どこか遠くへ。時期が迫ってる。次の戦士が選ばれるんだ。鎧の巨人の継承者だ。今の俺には分かる。お前たちは世界を救おうとした。そうなんだろう。
Now what's killing me is that the manga is still going on. So I don't quite understand how this could go. See how they write that shit. Dropping frames.
どれほどの命が巨人に奪われたことでしょう。しかし近年、その平和思想は淘汰され、始祖の巨人はパラディ島に住むあるものに奪われました。その名はエレン・イエーガー。今ここに宣言します。パラディ島
Woo, this shit look epic, man.
宣戦布告を。
The final season, even though the comic's still going on. Whoop whoop. Attack on Titan. Hey, bro. Hey, just give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I could probably just put, because I'm already showing on the other one, and it's stopping me from putting up my camera here. There we go. There we go. So now it's like side by side, bro.
Jesus Christ, I'm huge.
Yeah, I know. Maybe speaker view? Nah. I think it's cause yeah. Unfortunately, man, you're gonna have to deal with that big ass photo with
That's
the
fine.
the low resolution. Yeah, bro.
All right, so Attack on Titan.
Season
right?
one's hard, man, because Aaron's annoying, dog. Go ahead.
From the moment that not the first wall, that the first episode, I don't care about that wall. The second wall, by the time they knock that second down, once they knock down that second wall down, all the way to the courtroom episode, I think it's perfect. It is everything I wanted. I was like, oh my god, did I finally find an anime that I like? And then immediately after that, all the way to the end of season 2, I just did not care.
Yeah, that's not about right. Dude, I'm gonna be real with you. Even for me, man, that shit was it was a grind. I haven't watched, to show you how messy it is, I haven't watched the anime, like the actual animation to season 2. Because I read the manga, because I kept waiting. It took a while for the second one to come out. So I read the comic, and I was just like, oh, to sit down through this shit, it's going to be tough. So to be fair, I wouldn't recommend it to you, because I haven't watched the animation to it. There is a scene in there, though, that's pretty dope. When Levy, the one of the captains, fights against some people. They were like shooting, flying through a roof and stuff. The animation part there was pretty good. It was a good action set piece, but some of the characters are annoying, bro. Like, it just shut up.
The actual animation part of Attack on Titan is solid. I just really like the dark outlining.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of that. But Levy to me is just every other brooding badass anime boy, and I'm just like, I don't really need you anymore. You're just a trope. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he OP shit. Yo, dog, this fucking widescreen is tripping me. Like, it's like I have so much screen now. Like, I'm just like, but now I go like split shit in half.
Mm-hmm.
So I got, like,
oh yeah, no, you split shit in half, and then you suddenly have two monitors.
Two monitors, yeah. I was fucking around with it last night, so that's why I say I'm like losing shit on the screen. It's like, where the fuck did which side? So I have 4 monitors now.
Dude, I'm sitting at my desk. I have my laptop. I've got my ultra wide on this side, and then I just have one over here that because it's a tiny ass table I can't use, and because I haven't bought anything for my computer to push out to a third monitor. But like one of these days, I will be running 5 monitors technically.
All right.
Ultra wide double.
All right, man. Let's see, dude. Let's go ahead and watch the Monster Hunter.
Torture me. Go ahead.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna drag it on the screen so it shows here.
Yes, I'm gone.
You're gonna be blocked out for a little bit, man.
Yes, that's all I ever wanted.
Alright, here we go. Dude, who came up with this trailer before the trailer shit? Like, why did they do that?
Because YouTube will show you 5 seconds before you can skip.
Alright. Have you played the game?
Yes, I have, but wait, was Toho producing this?
I'm not sure. I know it's by Sony.
I saw a Toho name. Don't you guys have Godzilla? Why are you messing around with this?
It's probably for the CGI, bro. They're good at the monster CGI.
Just make every Monster Hunter just a dude in a rubber suit.
Transferred into another dimension.
Where the hell are we? That lightning, it hit those markers and it took us somewhere.
Bro, they really put T.I. in this hole. Tony Jaa!
Guys,
So what? Are we like Guardians of the Galaxy now?
Why'd they say that?
Oh my god.
No! No! Yeah, the monsters look pretty good, though. I think. I don't know. I had a buddy, he was ranting about it. He said that it's an abomination.
Yeah, I think it's actually more insulting if the monsters look good.
I don't care what those creatures are. We destroy them and close the gateway.
Why did they put the military?
Bring us all home.
I could have sworn that was one of the aliens from Alien.
Monsters look good though. Like, that's all I can't get past that. It's like that's probably where they got that company was talking about. I'm guaranteeing that's what they're there for.
I mean, you're not wrong. Godzilla and Mothra look pretty good in the most recent movies.
Fuck yeah, you know I love me that Godzilla. I love that Godzilla shit. And they did Kong too, right? Didn't they do Kong?
Yeah, no, they did.
Kong was great.
I still haven't
Hey,
watched it.
PlayStation 5. Sony, don't ban me, Sony. All right, so so what'd you think, bro? Bro, why they say why they put that Guardians of the Galaxy line in there? Please take that out.
It's in there because Guardians made $200 million opening weekend.
But yeah, you're right.
Wow, what? You're telling me it's like Guardians? I'm a stupid consumer. I love Guardians. I'm gonna go watch this.
Oh, that was horrible. That was a horrible line. Like I when we rewatch this video, it's gonna be like, oh, it's Guardians, and we be like this. It's both me and you like this, like visible pain.
Oh, all I feel is pain. All I feel is pain when I hear that line.
Oh, that was terrible. Oh.
Look, everyone's out here getting angry about nepotism, but we're not going to just stop Paul W.S. Anderson from putting his wife in every single movie.
Hey, you hired the man. I think it's a package deal.
That's a little bit of nepotism, just a skosh.
Just a little bit.
I'm gonna go to work on Monday and be like, look, if my wife isn't working with me, I'm quitting, and then tell them I can't pay my mortgage.
Oh my god, that shit was horrible. I can't believe that just happened. So you know who's next, bro? Trailer number 2.
If it's not The Mummy where the audio is half cut out, I don't want to watch it.
You sure, bro? That's got Nicolas Cage.
I'm joking.
It's got Nicolas Cage in it, bro. Jiu-Jitsu!
You know what I don't understand? How the hell are you still alive?
The trailer in the trailer.
I mean, it makes sense. How many times do you actually sit down and watch a commercial before a YouTube video?
The comet you see in the sky right now passes over the Earth every 6 years and causes a portal.
Man, Nicolas Cage he got his email on auto reply, bro. Just yes.
Yeah, we'll do it.
I'll do it.
The spaceman.
The spaceman.
He comes here looking for a fight with you.
Hey, Tony Jaa! He's in all the movies, dog!
If he doesn't get it, he stays and he kills everything. That is Alien Politics 5 through 15.
The reason I want is cause Tony Jaa, his Muay Thai is fucking dope, man. Wait, is that a white dude?
I just love the idea that Tony Jaa just accidentally stole all of Nicolas Cage's email settings and was like, yeah, I can do that.
Hell yeah. And Nicolas Cage. Yeah. Oh, kickbox retaliation. Oh my god. There's gonna be a lot of fighting.
There's no honor in killing crazy.
Wait, is Nicolas Cage gonna fight?
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't.
I can fly too.
Yeah, that was a you, bro.
Wait, the movie is called Jiu-Jitsu?
Yes, that's the only
The
reason.
movie is called Jiu-Jitsu. Did someone copyright Jiu-Jitsu? Did they have to pay the person who
I don't think
Jiu-Jitsu?
it's not copyrighted because it's a form.
I
Like you can't. I don't know. You probably can't name another combat form jiu-jitsu.
Dude, I found out the other day that someone copywrote, like, you know how in the Bible you got the paragraph or verse, I don't even remember anymore, whatever, 316. I heard that someone had actually copyrighted one of those numbers before.
Oh, you mean
so
John
anything probably goes
3:16?
now. Not John 3:16, but I'm saying, like, someone has copyrighted a verse.
Word? You could do.
Yes.
I guess you could apply for anything. Do you get it? Is another thing.
Can you imagine if this is the first movie that came out and they're like, hey, we're going to try and copyright Jiu-Jitsu. Holy crap, we actually got it? What?
Yo, I'm just
Now
laughing
this-
at my boy fucking Nicolas Cage up in that hole, bro. I can fly too, bro. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Nicolas Cage, you had a chance to fly in. You remember how that happened?
Oh man.
I forgot. Was that Joel Schumacher that was supposed to do that?
Huh?
No. I made a joke about how Nicolas Cage has a chance to fly, but I was making fun of his chance to be Superman, and I just don't remember who was going to direct that.
What's his name? I know Kevin Smith had something to do with it, but I don't know who was directing it.
Death of Superman Lives. All right, I need to. Tim Burton. Thanks, Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. That's why it had like that weird. And Superman had long hair. Cause Nicolas Cage was Superman, right? Did you see the test suit?
Wait, did I see the what?
The test suit. The suit that he
Oh,
was supposed
yes,
to wear.
I did. That was way too tight.
Bruh.
I felt like I couldn't breathe looking at that thing.
No, I kind of. The thing is, like, it's so hard to get like. They shouldn't have used Superman. They should have used like ask Disney to use like Hyperion or some shit. Hey, have you seen The Boys season 2?
I watched half of season 1, right? And I just kept watching it. I even got to the point where, spoilers, when I put my hands down, spoilers are done. When Homelander basically just lets the plane go down and he even does the PR thing to let everyone know, like, no, don't worry, let us in the army just because we couldn't save these people. I even got to that point, and then I still was thinking the entire time, I'd rather be watching Watchmen, and so I just stopped.
Dang. I haven't watched it. I have watched the show, so I did read the comic years ago. Probably shouldn't have, because that shit was rated R. I like stumbled upon it, like doing random selections on like a comic site, and I was like, oh, this looks pretty interesting. And then you realize that the superheroes were the villains and shit like that.
Shawn, by the time that I was 6, I had already watched American Pie, and I was playing GTA.
American
You're gonna hear
Pie,
no judgment from here.
Pie. Oh my god!
Most of the American Pie jokes didn't work, but seeing someone
You know they still make American
Universal.
Pies?
Yes. Yes, I do, and I'm not shocked. Somehow it's still a name. Somehow.
Bruh.
I'm impressed. Eugene Levy, keep that in those checks, man. Apparently shit's creepy.
Dude, I can't believe...
Pie.
It's funny because I can't remember. I think I was like watching the trailer for just looking at the Monster Hunter, and you know, once you like go on that, you get a whole bunch of recommended. And then I saw the American Pie trailer. I was like, that shit still exists? Holy fuck! How many American Pies are there? I wonder how many are there.
8? It's about 8.
Man, it got to be more than 8 at this point, right?
I mean, probably, but okay. So obviously, there's the 4 main timeline American Pies,
Right.
And then I would imagine 4 of the Presents movies.
It's hard to figure out.
I'm not well versed in the American Pie cinematic universe.
It's crazy because they only really tell you about the main 4.
I was off. There's actually more Presents movies than there were mainline. And this is... Okay, you know what? Nope, shut it down. Shut it down. We don't... Shut down American Pie movies. Eugene Levy isn't getting a check from that newest one. We're good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the Presents. Plus plus the 4. So there's 9.
This is an insult. This is an insult. I don't understand how they're going to have an American Pie if Eugene Levy isn't getting a check cut. Nope.
They cut his ass off. They bought him out.
No, nope. I'm boycotting Netflix. I thought Cuties was the real straw that broke the camel's back, but not giving Eugene Levy a cut.
He's like adamant about that shit.
Eugene Levy has been in each one of these. He put in the work to actually show up in each one of these movies, and he doesn't get a phone call for this one.
He probably got tired, man.
Eugene Levy doesn't get tired. This man loves money. Why do you think he did all the others?
Hey, the fact there's 9 of them motherfuckers. It's funny because I think I've only watched like one of the Presents, which was Bandcamp, because I didn't know that it wasn't part of the main thing.
No one did.
So I was like, cause it was the first time they did the spin-off. I was like, oh, what's this? And I'm watching it. He's like, yeah, it's Stifler's little brother. I was like, who? What?
Wait, just now that because we're talking about just random offshoots, did you ever hear that there was a children's show based on Fast and Furious?
No.
Yes, there's a children's show based on Fast and Furious on Netflix. It came out a couple of years ago, and
really?
Yes.
I didn't even know that shit for real.
Yes. Dude, nothing has unsettled me more than seeing CGI kidified Vin Diesel. It just does not sit right with me.
Wow. I know that they released the game and it was horrible, man.
It was hilarious to watch all the videos. I'm never gonna play it, but it's hilarious to watch.
That shit was terrible, man. I was watching the videos too. I watched my boy Angry Joe. He really reviewed it. They were just laughing the whole time. Like there was like a scene, there was a section where you had to drive in the correct way. Like it's a dub. if you reverse in to the box where you're supposed to kick off the scene, like all the enemies will block you in and shoot you to shit. like but if you drive in the correct way, like if you drive in, the scene goes differently. Like you have to be so specific. It's weird, man. There's no like damage mechanics or anything, so you just like drive and smack bang into a pole and the car just like bounce off and then you just keep driving. It's all about family. And it wasn't really about the main crew, even though they were in there. It was about like these two side characters and apparently they were like fucking annoying and shit, and everyone's like, what the fuck is this? It's just crazy because they make so many movies, you think at this point a game would be okay. So.
I mean, if the game doesn't have a family meter that at some point fills up and I can't do a super move, I don't want to play it.
It's all about family, Tom.
if I can't hit square and it's not dedicated to the main character saying family, I don't want to play it.
Oh, shit. Oh.
So, I'm over here thinking about that.
Bro, that shit was hilarious. So, you watch any cool movies, bro, recently?
I have new opinions on Captain America Winter Soldier.
Go for it, man.
Not good.
It's not what?
Not
oh
good.
shit.
Not
okay,
good.
okay.
I
This is actually the best time for us to talk about this, because if you had brought that up with my co-host Dwayne here, we wouldn't get nothing in, because he just like fucking hates all of them.
I love the idea that he would just be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead. So give me your rundown, man.
Okay, so because I have right back here, it's
go and grab it, man, if you want to. Shit.
Oh no! I mean, okay, hold on. Let me see if I can actually just lift this. Okay, well, whatever's glinting back there, right? I have just a movie cabinet. I don't want to put more movies than what can fit in this thing. That's my hard limit. I'm never gonna go more. I don't want an entire room filled with movies, right? So occasionally I'll pull movies to reevaluate and see if they still belong. One of them was Winter Soldier. And I remember watching it. I remember enjoying it the first time.
Right.
All because it was new. It was, I think, that I watched it a month before Guardians was in theaters. So we're talking, this was the second freshest movie in the MCU. We had no idea what was going on at this point.
Right.
I remember watching it and thinking, wow, this was actually really good. I remember buying it, I want to say about a year ago in 4K. And I tried watching it, and I cut it even before they were done saving the people on the boat. And I was like, I am kind of bored. And I told myself, wait, no, but I love this movie. What's wrong with me? And I told myself, I'm just going to cut it here. I'm not going to force myself to keep watching it.
Right.
And I will come back to it when I am ready. And yesterday or 2 days ago, I told myself, you know what?
I'm going to give it another try.
Be finally ready. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I closed the curtains, the sound system kicking, and I just remember watching it and just thinking, wow, they really just introduced Falcon to us like this. Just a random dude that Captain America just found on the streets.
That used to be running, yeah.
Okay, I was like, okay.
They never even really go into his backstory, because all he said, I used to do special operations. That was it.
Not even. They were just like, I help people PTSD and I fly. Cool. You want to be an Avenger?
Oh, I thought he had said that. He does special stuff. He used to do special stuff when they're like,
they did. I'm just being reductionist.
Okay, I was like, I'm pretty sure, but I mean, like, that's all they did. They never really gave. Hopefully, they're supposed to be doing that TV show with him and Winter Soldier. They're supposed to be like a buddy cop thing, so hopefully they're going a little bit into it. But yeah, looking back, now that you think about it, it was kind of like, hey, here's the character.
Hey, here you go. This guy's gonna tell Captain America about Marvin Gaye. I never thought I'd say that sentence, but here we are.
I just remembered, because I did read the Captain America the Captain America books when Falcon took over as Captain America. It was rough.
Really?
Not well, because he's not my Captain America. Where is he? Blah blah. You know the whole thing. And they hit on it pretty hard for a little bit, and I was just like, man, this is rough to read.
I get that's probably what would happen because I mean, just imagine Black Captain America showing up in Alabama. Like, I get it, but that still sounds like a really annoying way to go with the character because, like, it's Captain America. There's still got to be a lot of stuff you can do besides, hey, but now he's black.
Yeah,
We're
well, no,
it
it wasn't the main thing, but it was like
okay.
It was one of those how to put it, shadow themes where it's in the back, it's hovering in the background. It's not the man beat you over the head with it. He actually fought people and get his ass whooped and shit. Because
no, I'm okay with that.
You gotta remember, he's not enhanced. That everyone, I need people to remember that Falcon's a normal dude. Winter Soldier is enhanced, and Steve Rogers is enhanced.
This guy over here, I can fly.
He had the suit to help him fly and shit. He had the guns, but he's a regular guy. So when he comes up against villains and stuff, it's almost like, yeah, he's Captain America. He has the shield and stuff, but he has to work almost like 5 times as hard to do anything as much as.
I like that one. I like that. That's actually pretty cool.
No, it was cool. He didn't laugh. He didn't keep it. Cause then obviously, like all comics, always bring back people. So Captain America eventually came back, but the original.
No. I mean, because like you were talking about like those little shadow themes of like, yes, he's black. That's a cool idea. That works thematically. Oh, that's good. No, I mean, think about it. How many? Look, of course, I've been in the cesspool that is Twitter, and I've heard that line parroted enough, and for it to be actually involved and not said, that's actually good writing. That's good writing.
I actually enjoyed it. They always switch characters around though. The same way they're about to make Jane Foster Thor in the movies, right. But she was actually pretty good in the comics. I actually enjoyed her. It's what kept her from dying from cancer.
I mean, Corona infected Disney so badly, I forgot that they exist outside of Disney Plus.
All their movies got pushed to next year. Next year gonna be crowded as fuck.
I mean, Mulan deserved it. At least, maybe, hopefully, Soul is good. Soul is supposed to be Pixar's 18, so hey, we'll see how that turns out.
Okay.
Okay.
Dude, I watched Tenet a while ago.
Pause. We will come back to Tenet.
Okay.
What I will say is that Captain America, the entire boat scene, I was like, man, this is cool. But you know what I kept thinking about the entire time? I kept thinking, like, this would be perfect as a Metal Gear Solid 2 just opening cutscene. Like, I was really annoyed because I was like, man, Captain America would be a great Solid Snake. He would just be on this boat wrecking people like at the beginning of Metal Gear Solid 2. I love this. And then I realized, wow, I just love Metal Gear Solid 2. I don't think I like this boat sequence. And so I just kept watching it, and I just realized I didn't really care until I saw Captain America with Peggy. And I was like, this is a good emotional beat. The rest of the MCU has retroactively made this scene, but it's already good scene, even better. However, almost everything else that I was watching, I was like, the MCU has made Winter Soldier so kind of irrelevant. I mean, when was the last time anyone mentioned S.H.I.E.L.D. outside of... Look, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does not exist in the MCU, okay? They like to believe they do. They don't, right? So... Oh, come on.
Dude, they just celebrated their last season, man. Come on.
Yes, I know. I mean, good for them. They were in their own universe. They got paid. I'm happy. Look, anytime people can get paid out of Disney, go for it, man. Go for it. You'll never hear me judge. Cash in that Disney check. Disney, if you want to contact me, I will stop talking shit about everything you do. I love Winter Soldier myself now, all right? I will take that check if you want it. But... let's not pretend that anyone in the movie MCU respected anyone at the TV MCU. Because if they did, Daredevil would still be on Hulu.
No, you mean Netflix?
No, because Disney licensed out Daredevil to Netflix, and because it was part of the Netflix deal, Disney didn't want to put any of their stuff outside of their company. So, of course, it got canceled on Netflix. Right. What I'm saying is that if the movie MCU section of the company cared
Oh,
about the TV section,
okay.
Daredevil would be on Hulu.
Right,
Like
right,
it would
right.
still be going on.
It would still be
Hulu.
going on Hulu, right? 'Cause they own, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, can you imagine Daredevil breaking people's ankles just
I
on
actually
Disney
like that
Plus?
show, man. Broke my heart when it stopped.
Never did watch it.
It is
Never did
actually
watch
it. The Netflix MC, the Netflix MCU. You're right, because even in the Netflix show, even though it was supposed to be a shared universe, it was actually supposed to be part of the universe. They never mentioned the shit that happened. They would call it. They called it the event. The event happened, but you know what I mean. They was like, well, it's supposed to separate the ground. Look, man, if you see a big alien flying through the fucking sky, you don't call it the event. You get what I'm saying? So that's how they was trying to separate the street. They call them the street heroes from the big hitters, which is Avengers. But like you said, they were getting treated like the redheaded stepchild. But
Hold on, hold on. I love the idea of calling it the event because then that means that you could literally apply it to anything that
Anything.
happens in the MCU, and they're just like, it's the event. And people who are at home like, yeah, I know what that is. And even the writers are like, we have no idea what the hell this could possibly be. Just write in the event. I don't know, man.
Yo, now that you put it that way, it could be like, yo, this covers all our bases. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, I was with Dave in the elevator. He told me that they're doing some crazy shit in Thor Ragnarok. I don't know what they're gonna do, but let's just call it the event.
But if you should watch them, man. They're actually pretty good.
I watched The Punisher season 1, and I felt like I had my fill. I was like, this
Okay.
was very good. John Bernthal,
No, he's
needs
Punisher.
Another shot.
He's
Get
Punisher.
another shot.
He's Punisher.
Hell,
bro.
I will throw this out. I actually even like Thomas Jane as the Punisher. I actually really liked him.
Who?
Thomas Jane from the 2004 movie.
Oh, the original, the first one. Was that the
Yeah,
first one? That was the first Punisher, right? The first Punisher
Yeah.
movie. That was actually wasn't bad.
I mean, the movie, was kind of like bland, but
No, he was a good Punisher. The movie was but they were still trying. I still say that like superhero movies in 2004 we're still trying to figure this shit out, man. Like, don't forget that in 2000, just a year before they released that Hulk with the fluorescent green.
Dude, oh yeah, no, you're right. I was thinking for a second, 2 years. I was like, wait a minute, I'm thinking of Batman Begins, which 2005.
Was Batman
2005.
Begins 2005 or 2007?
Oh, 2005. Batman Begins was 2005. Dark Knight was 2008.
Right, Dark Knight. Right, that's what I'm saying. So like around that time is when superhero movies were, because then they had the Hulk, the good one. No disrespect to Ruffalo, but I actually preferred what's his name.
Wait, Incredible Hulk was 2008. Ang Lee's Hulk is 2003.
Right.
For a second, you had me thinking that you were saying.
No,
that
not that.
Hulk.
No. That's why I said in 2003 was the one that we were all like, "What the fuck is this, man?" When he was running through the desert and his feet was like, he was like fluorescent green. But no, I meant the Edward Norton version. I actually like that version of Hulk, even though Abomination was a little weird. But
we chalk it up to just early MCU.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you rewatched like Iron Man 1?
Yes, actually. I actually rewatched it not long ago, and I was like, oh, this is still a good movie.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I just can't stop laughing. I was like, this motherfucker in the Middle East. As a military man, that shit had me crying. I was like, this dude over here fighting the Taliban. Anyway.
You're telling me you didn't love it when Spider-Man fought ISIS? That was my favorite arc. I don't know about you.
Oh, God. So, yeah. Okay, so can we talk?
Wait, okay, so I want to try and continue on basically to the point where I stopped with Winter Soldier.
Okay,
right. I just kept watching it, and I just kept thinking, wow, almost all the tension is completely gone because the rest of the MCU canon has just made this into not its own movie. It's just been made into MCU Episode 9. This is the one where S.H.I.E.L.D. dies. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
There was nothing in it where I was like, wow, there's almost no further implications in this movie other than Bucky now is alive again and S.H.I.E.L.D. is gone. Also,
you're right.
rewatching it and remembering, oh yeah, you guys tried to do a fake out death with Nick Fury, and then just pull it back almost in the exact same movie. And I was thinking, wow, this scene was really good the first time I watched it, but now that I know that it doesn't matter, and there's 17 other movies that he shows up in,
Shit.
I
There's
don't
even a movie
care.
where there's even a movie that the whole movie is not even him. It was a scroll.
Yes, which, by the way, Far From Home, I don't even like Far From Home.
You don't?
I don't. No, I don't like any of the new Spider-Man movies. I
Not
don't
even
think
the-
there's
not
been a
even
Spider-Man
Coming
movie
Home?
that I liked since Spider-Man 2.
Well, I understand the Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, hold on. I think I like 3, but like for the wrong reasons.
Spider-Man.
Look, just that dance scene alone is.
Hey, if y'all watch, just to bring up that, you want to know my thoughts on Spider-Man 3, just watch episode 1 of this podcast. I break down my whole reasoning. The thing was big for me and Dwayne about that is that we skipped school, bro. Like, to watch Spider-Man 3, and we were just fucking trolling the entire movie inside the theater. Once we realized what the fuck was going on, bro. It's like, this bitch. Refer to episode 1 for my thoughts.
I just can't imagine the idea of skipping school to watch Spider-Man 3.
But you're gonna remember. All right, you can't imagine it, but you gotta
no,
put.
No, I can. I watched Spider-Man 2 and 3 in theaters.
Oh, okay. I just say, dude, because it's a Barbados, man, small island, dude. Like, skipping school was such a rush, especially at that age, bro. We was like, bro, we are not going to fucking class, bro. We leaving at this time. We went to school, got morning attendance, left, just walked off, got on a bus and drove to the other side of the fucking island to watch this movie, and they did that to us. Damn you! Damn it all to hell!
That's what I'm saying.
Bus fare.
I can imagine the disappointment
I thought you
of
said you
skipping
can't.
school, having so much fun, being like, yeah,
Dude, we
school.
thought we
we're
were
gonna watch a
rebels,
cool
bro.
ass movie. What are you watching? Spider-Man 3. Oh,
Listen, man, we thought we were rebels, dog. Like you're bad to the bone. Like you understand? We on the bus, paid bus fare all the way to the other side of the island, man. We're just like, woo-hoo!
And then the universe decided to punish you and
Man,
go,
this
I
shit-
heard you skipped school. Here's Spider-Man 3.
It is Spider-Man 3, man. That experience was crazy. Another crazy one. I didn't skip school, but the Matrix when it first came out. So in Barbados, the original, because there was one theater, and then they got a second one, right? That was a little more upscale. But the first one, people could smoke in there. You could do.
Damn.
No, it was hard. It was called the Globe. It was the Globe Cinema, and then there was the Drive-In. It was all owned by one company, right? Obviously, the drive-in, you gotta have a car, so you have to go with your family. So this one, I went. It was me and my buddy, and we went, and it was people were there, people were smoking weed and shit. So it was cloudy as fuck. And then Neo dodged the bullets on the roof. Yo, you could not hear the movie for like 10 minutes. Then all you see is like popcorn. They started shooting popcorn at each other. So it's like zipping through the smoke. People were like, because everybody high, right? Like, and I'm just sitting there as a little boy. What the hell's happening right now? 10 minutes. 10 minutes of movie I missed because no one was shut up. Like, it was loud. Like, yo, did you see that boy did dodging bullets, bro? Yo, that remind me of Max Payne. Because remember Max Payne did it first. Like, no, everyone.
Well,
like,
no. Which
Wasn't it?
Matrix? Which Matrix?
Matrix 1.
Nope, Matrix 1 was
Was before-
1999.
Oh,
Max
yeah,
Payne
you're
was
right.
Until 2001.
Yeah, you're right. They called it bullet time in Max Payne, which came
Yes,
on the
and
Xbox, which was
the
after.
Matrix was the one that kind of solidified the term
yeah.
for that.
But so Max Payne didn't exist yet, my bad. But like then I got the game Max Payne. That's all I did in the game the whole time. With the Berettas, with the dual Berettas. Memories. Watching that movie. I had to actually watch it over. Like literally, my first viewing, I didn't know what the fuck happened after that. Like it was just pandemonium, bro. Especially when they fucked up the whole building at the bottom before they got up to the roof to dodge a bullet.
Oh.
People were freaking out already then. When they like, do you have any guns? Quack! Crowd went wild. Then,
I still go wild.
then there was the Agent Smith fight at the end. Oh lord. Then when he woke up like Jesus, when he got back up, he was like, that motherfucker dead. Ah.
This man said no, like someone asked him if he wanted napkins when they were shooting at him.
No.
No, I'm good. I already have a spoon. You know what? This might be the wrong opinion, but I still really like Matrix 2 and 3.
I actually got no problem with him. I mean,
I had to sit down and read an entire dissertation of why they don't suck, but I mean...
oh,
that
so you
dissertation
had to
was
be
worth it.
convinced?
No, I mean, as in, I remember watching them as a kid, being like, cool action, yay! And then, of course, being on the internet long enough, and you hear everyone just hating on the movies.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? What are people's problems? And everyone was like, it's overcomplicated, blah, blah, blah.
So people don't want to think?
Yeah, and so I rewatched it, and I was like, you know what? There's a lot of shit here where it doesn't feel like the movie's balanced like the original Matrix is. Like, it's like, fight scene, a hard philosophical theory, while the Matrix would weave in between the two very often, so you never felt it. In Matrix Reloaded, it felt like it's philosophical scene, shoot scene, philosophical scene, fight scene, and it just would alternate between what it wanted to do. And I get that as a pacing argument, but when it comes down to the actual stuff that's in the movie, after reading about it and finally being able to understand what Captain Sanders was talking about inside the TV room, I finally was thinking, oh, okay, there's something behind this movie. This is good shit. This is good shit. So Neo is the sixth one, and the entire point of his existence is that humans are imperfect, so the formula for the Matrix is imperfect, meaning he's the imbalance, meaning he's the remainder. And I thought, wow, that's actually a really cool idea.
No, actually,
I understand why people don't like this.
It took a while for me too, man. But to be honest, when I watched it, because when I watched, I was so young, man.
Yeah.
At that point, when we were watching it, it was pretty much just like action. But like I rewatched them, so I obviously you have them, and I have them. I have them on DVD. And when you sit down and actually watch it over and think about it, it's like, yo, this movie pretty deep.
Yeah,
and he also explains, right? So the anomaly was Agent Smith.
Yeah, that
motherfucker
could have been the remainder.
Yeah, that's what threw it all off. So that's why they had to make the deal. Because they destroy Zion every time. This was just the one time they didn't because they needed help defeating Agent Smith.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes perfect sense. Now I just don't understand how there's a part 4. You see that?
I mean,
yeah, that part's like, just leave it.
Okay.
So do you have anything on that?
The Wachowski sisters now.
Just his siblings.
That's so.
Just
no,
his siblings.
It's the sisters. Both of them swapped.
Yeah, I know. So siblings.
No, I know. No, but so the brothers, one transitioned, so then siblings, and then since both transitioned, now it's sisters.
Okay.
I don't need
the Wachowskis.
Yeah, that too.
Let's just say that.
The Wachowski sisters, whatever. At this point, I already explained it to myself. The Wachowski sisters, they made the 3 Matrixes. I enjoy all of them. I really hold the Animatrix in such high regard because it's such a cool universe, and to let so many different animators go in there and play in that universe is such a cool idea that I wish other people would steal.
And they also I think they showed a prequel in there, like pretty much how everything got fucked up.
Yeah, basically, they show one horribly aged now CGI scene of how the beginning of Reloaded exists.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
And then they also have, I think 2 really nicely animated stories of how basically humans were using robots as doormats the entire time, which is why they rose up. Which I kind of didn't need that, just because it's too cliche and it almost cheapens the universe a little bit. It's like, humans were being mean to robots.
Was it cliche then though? Like,
yes.
Was it? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, because how many times have we heard of robots uprising? I mean, the 1950s was all basically robots and aliens rising up to destroy us.
Yeah, you're right.
Am I wrong?
Terminator.
Terminator, yes, exactly. Robots one day are going to turn on us, and the Matrix just went, me too. And it's like, oh, well, we kind of didn't need you to do that. But I mean, at least it's nicely animated, so fine, I'm not going to complain. But, like, they have all that under their belt, and recently as in maybe the last 2 or 3 years, Speed Racer fucking slaps. Speed Racer is
dude, you're
great.
like one of the few people I've heard say that.
Speed Racer, every single time I watch like the climax of that movie, I am just so overly excited. And I know exactly what's gonna happen, but just everyone yelling and excited and the music pumping and the ridiculous amount of colors, I can't help but get excited every single time I finish that movie. Like the Wachowskis have something. Even if Speed Racer, which bombed and only recently has gotten reevaluated as good, I am willing to still trust them. Yes, sadly, Jupiter Ascending exists. Yes.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, man. You brought that shit up. I didn't bring that shit up.
I gotta see what they've done, because honestly, there's obviously the Matrix. There's of course Speed Racer. Sadly, the only one I can think of is Jupiter Ascending. But the one thing that they've made that I just want to get to at some point as well is Sense8, which is just a TV show on Netflix.
Sense8, I think.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's only one of the Wachowski sisters that's doing the Matrix 4. Oh, I'm a little less excited here.
Oh, Sense8. Oh, yeah, dude, I watched that shit. That shit's pretty good.
Okay, cool. That's
season 1's pretty good. It's interesting. It's an interesting premise.
Concept.
It's an interesting concept how there's like one main guy and they like bounce around between all these different people. So there's like a weird. Do you care?
I mean, I will watch it at some point, so hold back as much as you need to.
Oh, okay. Now there's like it's a kind of a weird, funny scene where cause like I said, they could like swap their personalities, pretty much swap bodies. So like, there's a scene where one of the characters is gay, right? And he's about to have sex, and the guy switched. So you guess what happens? So the guy ends up he's like, what's happening? So that part was pretty funny. That's the only thing. Like, it was interesting because there's like they're all over the world, China, stuff like that. So and then they all like meet up at the end. And then there's a season 2. So it's pretty good. So yeah, I'll check it out. You won't be like superly wild, but I mean, it's not horrible compared to some shit I've seen. You know what I watched the other night, bro? Carnival Row with
our golden boy Orlando Bloom, right?
Did I tell you? Oh, I think I told you that I hated Orlando Bloom for like a bunch of years.
No, I did not know this.
Okay, funny story. I hated.
If it isn't jealousy, I don't want to hear it.
Nah, it was that boy. That was a pretty boy, man. It was a pretty man. It wasn't jealousy. What happened is I watched Troy, and I was very young when I watched Troy, and I could not separate his character from him. So what happened is I hated his character so much that I carried it into other movies. Like, it was just like every time I saw him, I was like, man, fuck that guy.
I watched Troy like about maybe a couple of months ago, and I hated him so much.
Bro, like, it was like, but when I was so young, that dude, that means he did a very good job. That dude, Orlando Bloom, is that guy. Fuck him. Like, dude, dude, there was like movies when he was in Pirates in the Caribbean. I fucking hated him in part 1. Like, I was just like, why is he in this movie? I would, if I could apologize, but it was just like a burning hate for Orlando Bloom, dog.
Look,
like,
I'd argue that Orlando Bloom did a bad job in Troy if we both hate him, because he's supposed to be the character that we're like, you know what? Yeah, take Helen.
Bro.
Like, no, we both hate him because, like, you fucking
dude, I hated him because of that, and because of all that shit, Achilles died. Like, I was just like mad the whole fucking. He got his brother killed.
I was over here thinking, because you were thinking with your dick, all of Troy fell. Good job. Was it worth it?
Dude, like, Hector fucking gets murdered because your bitch ass.
Hector was the grounding agent for that entire man. There was
but no one would listen to it. I
honor.
just didn't understand why no one listened to Hector. Hector's like, why would we attack them? We are safe behind our walls. We must attack them. And then the king listens. Then kills Achilles' cousin. He's another fucking idiot. But I didn't hate him. No, he's a fucking idiot.
The cousin is stupid. The cousin is stupid, but like at least it makes sense. I mean, when your cousin is Achilles, when your cousin's Achilles, you kind of don't want to be too much in his shadow. Fine.
Hector killed him, right? And you could just see in his face. He like, yo, I killed this dude too easy.
Hector was like,
something's off. He pulls the helmet off. He realizes his cousin. He's like, fuck. He starts saying goodbye to all his family. That's how I knew Hector was going. Hector knew he was going to die. He's like, hey, look, escape through here. Dad, I love you. My boy Achilles pulled up. Hector. But yeah, so it took me a long time to get over my hate for Orlando Bloom. But he's a good actor.
He's a good actor. He was bad in Troy because the entire time I didn't buy that it was worth destroying these two nations for their love.
And he was in so much good movies. Like, I had to go back and like rewatch some stuff because of like my horrible bias. I was just like, all right, I gotta rewatch this. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Orlando, I'm sorry, man. But yeah, Carnival Row. It's actually pretty good. It's funny because, okay, so there's like fairies and stuff in there. And what happened, there was like a war. So now the fairies and stuff, they pretty much live all packed into this area called Carnival Row. And the humans pretty much treat them like second class, like slaves and stuff, right? Second class citizens. So there's a character, just a quick thing, there's a character. He shows up in like the rich area, which is like all humans, but he's rich. So he like buys a house and everyone's like treating him like shit. And I'm just like, so pretty much slavery, right? Like, oh, what the fuck? Why is this guy, like the one rich black guy shows up? And what's funny, the character is black and like one of the animal characters. And I'm crying. I was like, damn, bro, this is like double whammy. It's like, not only is he black, because they didn't give a shit about race. It wasn't the race thing that was the problem. It was that he had horns. But it's just funny because when you relate it to real life, the character's black, and then they hate him because he has horns. So you get double racist.
I mean, so this is Bright. You're talking about a steampunk Bright.
Actually, yeah, Bright. Yeah, it's a steampunk Bright, pretty much. They call it neo
steampunk. Yeah,
it's pretty much steampunk sort of situation. It's just not as wacky because it was almost like the 7th century. So like they were still sailing
17th
or something like that. But it was like back then.
You said 7, so I was like, wait, 7? That's a completely different show.
No, it's not 7th, but I can't remember. But it's not like as wacky as steampunk, because steampunk, then people used to be wearing some like super insane shit.
A top hat with a couple of gears on it that do literally nothing.
Yeah.
You pull it, maybe a drop.
But it's like how everything ropes together at the end is weird, man. So yeah, she turned out it's actually pretty good. I binged it. It was 8 episodes, an hour a piece on Amazon. And I knocked that shit up. Man,
is it worthwhile? Do you think that there's really a hook there that's like, yes, this is what makes it worthwhile watch?
Yeah, I think it's a good hook. And take it from me because I don't really watch TV shows.
That is true. That is true.
So if I sit down and I watch all of it, it hooked me because usually I start and then like you with anime fizzle out probably afterwards. You know how many on my Netflix it says finish continue watching? Like I got a whole bunch of shows that I started and just like fizzle the fuck out, bro.
Dude, it's funny. You told me about Vinland Saga, and I didn't even make it past the intro.
Yeah, that shit, you killed me with that. You realize I didn't even ask why. I was like, okay.
I get it.
When I told you to watch it, he was like, dude, is there anything? I was like, well, we talking about Vinland Saga next week, so let me tell him. But when I sent that to you, in my head, I was like,
I regret this.
You're not gonna finish it because there's like parts in there. Like I know you was there. Were you online when we reviewed it? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
There's like parts in there that if you had made it through it, I would have been surprised. Because there's some sections in there just like the main character just grinds your gears. He's like, that makes no fucking sense. It's one of those situations where he loses. The main character always seems to lose their cool at a certain point, and then they start fighting in a way that is not the way they usually fight, and then they end up looking like shite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then it's just unnecessary screaming and stuff. It's just like, ugh. But
good use of the word shite, considering that is Vinland Saga. Like that's very good use.
But I enjoyed it, but I am not surprised that you didn't get past like the first episode. I mean, you sounds just like looked at the text. I was like, all right, man.
I also, so because I actually did write down the list of the last animes that I've touched.
Okay.
Right. I did want to go next to Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer's pretty good.
I'm good. I'm fine.
You didn't watch it? Did you start it?
I watched 11 episodes and then bounced out.
It's 20. I think it's 24 episodes for that one, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I just remember that I was watching it. I kind of could already tell that the family is super nice, so I was thinking, oh, they're obviously marked for death. And of course they were. And I don't even remember who the characters were. I'm assuming Nezuko was the girl?
Yeah.
I really like her. I really like her relationship with her brother. And then the show goes, hey, you care about this relationship? I'm like, yes, I do. And then the show goes, cool, he's going to go on a training montage for what feels like half the season. No! Please stop. Please put them back together. And the one episode they were back together, I didn't care.
It's pretty good. There's like one character in there that kind of gets under my skin. The yellow dude. I don't know if you saw him in the yellow coat. Let me see. 11. Did he already team up with the other two guys?
I think he was still traveling alone with his sister. Okay. The last episode, I think, was just a random Monster of the Week kind of thing. And I was thinking, oh, please don't let this be an anime where it's just, hey, we found a demon, let's beat it up, let's continue, Well,
it kind of does that for a little bit. It does tie to the main villain a little bit, but you do encounter like, hey, these are the people that we're fighting this week. How is he going to survive? Oh shit, he's getting his ass whooped. But he happens to survive. So that happens a fair bit. I think it's not a second season that's coming out. It's supposed to be a movie. They're supposed to cover another chapter of the manga. It's pretty cool. Man, you got to 11 episodes, man. You got a good ways in.
I know, and that's because...
Dude, it's 23. Just finish the fucking thing.
No. Okay, look, we will get to what has been taking up my time, all right? We will get there, okay? Because you did bring up a TV show, which means it's fair game, all right?
All right, bro. Let me see. Where we at?
I will
Hour 20 minutes.
Hold it down because I will actually grab something anime that I can talk about positively. Hold it down.
Go ahead, bro. This dude, man. Oh, man. This is funny. This is funny, man. This is interesting to hear because it's like we are an anime show. This dude watches us every week, and he's like, "Yeah, I can't watch anime. What is this? Ghost in the Shell."
But here's the thing:
Which
the
one is it?
Steelbook is gorgeous because
oh hell no! Hey, that's what's up. Dude, your no, I don't want to say addiction. Your love for steelbooks is ridiculous, man. I never see a dude invest in steelbooks.
it's the Steelbook is gorgeous, and the movie is just as good. Oh my
Ladies
god!
and gentlemen, we got him. I'm just kidding.
I
Do not watch the
love-
Netflix Ghost in the Shell.
No, I never planned on it.
There we go.
I never-
Just stay right there.
Dude, I took a picture of this and put it on my Snapchat, and I had a cousin like, "Oh yeah, that movie that came out a couple of years ago." And I was like, "Never mention that in my vicinity ever again."
Wow. Nah, that's the original thing, right?
No. I'm talking about the Scarlett Johansson one.
Why would he bring that up? He
You
thought
see-
that was the Scarlett Johansson?
Yes.
We gonna fight, bro.
Yeah. Oh no, I know. I'm probably gonna punch him next time I see him.
Nah.
Man,
Nah, bro.
this movie kicks so much ass, and I thought I liked it before, but now I love it even more.
Yeah.
I love this movie so much that I'm revisiting Akira later on
Akira?
in the year.
Hell
I ordered
yeah.
the 4K. I
was just about to say, I think they dropped the 4K stuff. Have they?
It got dropped in other regions in the world, and the U.S. it doesn't come out until I think December, and I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
if
you're right.
I felt positively about this, and I felt positive about Akira, and so far this one turned out good, I cannot wait.
Yeah, it drops December 22nd,
That late, damn.
right before fucking Christmas. Spend all your money.
Well, I mean, I'm still gonna get it anyways.
Yeah.
But
Have you
yeah.
seen Akira?
Yes. No, I did. And I just remember watching and going, I have no idea what's going on, but the animation on display is sheer and above almost anything else I've ever watched. Even nowadays. Like, there is just so much love and care put to every single piece of frame in that movie.
Listen,
that
man. Listen, as Dwayne would say, anime back then hit different, bro.
I mean,
It hit
yeah.
different. Like there's like a lot of the move. Like even though like you have great respect for it. I always say Cowboy Bebop, stuff like that. Ghost in the Shell. Like a lot of those animes were watching them was different, man. Than like recent, and not to say that like recent stuff is bad. It's just it doesn't hit the same, man. Like it was almost like a fringe passion because they weren't as like
Mainstream.
Akira and stuff came out and they were there and then they like exploded later.
No, anime in the U.S. would not exist as it does without Akira, and that's just because that was the first one that broke over here.
Pretty much. So there's
Sure,
a lot.
Astro Boy existed,
Me and maybe did their old movie review. We watched like a bunch of old ones, man. I was like, man, I forgot how these motherfuckers were back in the day. But it's always funny because then they'll do a live action to them, and then you're just like, Jesus, why?
Yeah.
There's so many live actions to these shows. It's just like there was a live action Attack on Titan.
Why?
That shit was so bad, man.
Do you ever just see, like, I don't understand how you could ever do anything in live action that's as kinetic as, I want to say probably the first time you see Eren use the omnidirectional tool. Is that what it's called?
What?
The thing that they use, it's called the omnidirectional tool, right?
Yeah, I think so.
There's nothing you could ever do in live action that would be as kinetic as the first time he uses it in the town, like on his first mission.
Yeah.
Just the sheer that was the one of the few times in animation that I've seen them do the obvious 3D effects, and I wasn't completely offended. Like, for example, Demon Slayer, once they had to do like these little like circular pans, every time that I saw the 3D in it, I was thinking, man, I hate it. You can tell obviously that the characters are 2D flat, and then the entire world around it is 3D. I was like,
Right.
I hate this.
I always give him kudos for trying though. It's a good attempt. Well, because like I get what they were doing. Because originally what they do is I know you never watched Naruto. Have you watched Naruto? I don't think you watched.
No. So, no, Naruto is what broke me. Naruto is what broke me from anime.
So there's a scene there in the first one when he's still a kid. Him and Sasuke, they have a fight at the end. And what happened is the animation totally changed. But you saw it, it was like stretched out to emphasize how fast they were going. Have you seen that fight?
Yes. No. Okay, so the Naruto and Sasuke fight at the end of the first one, and the fight that they have at the end of Shippuden, basically after they've defeated multiple gods, both of those you can tell is where all the money went. Because like everything else was on a budget of a sandwich and a couple of toothpicks, and then this one they went and they just dropped off the entire Japanese bullion of gold that pushes the entire economy and went animated.
It was brilliant.
Oh, it was brilliant. God.
Like it was like when because I was watching it and like I was telling Dwayne last week is that I kind of struggled a little bit getting to the end of Naruto, but then I got to that scene when Sasuke and Naruto fought. This is the first one when they were still kids. To when he was about to officially leave the village, and they had that fight, and I was like, this is why I sat down over 150 episodes for it. This is it right here.
130. I have no idea how the hell I still remember that number.
Oh, it's 130? I can never remember. I just remember I was just watching, and I was like, yo, we need to do something. And then that fight happened, and then after that, it was a bunch of filler episodes, but I didn't watch them. But
original Naruto, I think, is about no filler until like episode 100, 107, somewhere in that range. They have a filler arc, and then it's the get Sasuke back arc, and that leads all the way into like about episodes 133 to 35. And then that's when you get 130 episodes of filler.
Right. So I never watched those.
I mean, good call. Same.
Because after that fight, I was like, So this is it. It's like, nut. It's just like, okay, yeah.
What? There's still 130. I'm good.
It's just like roll over, go to sleep. I think I like watch one episode and I like, oh, it's gonna be all fillers, huh? And I never watch it after that. And then I restarted at Shippuden when he came back to the village, and then I went through that, and I haven't seen Boruto. So, but anyway, bro. So, bro, I watched Tenet. I was trying to tell you this shit every since.
Okay, fine. Go for it.
We're gonna wrap it here. I had to watch it. Doug, I have never been so fucking confused. It took a minute. I was like, because so the first time I had it on, I like did some dumb shit. I was like, I had my phone. Mistake number one. I like picked up my phone. I like got up. I was like, wait, no. So what I did, I turned my phone. I like restarted it. Turned my phone off. Put it to the side. So I'm watching it. And I'm watching this thing, and I'm just like, yo. And then the end, it started to go. And then the end, like everything started to like kind of try to piece it together. That he went back and he crashed the car. And then, dude, that final battle scene. What the fuck? Yo. Dude, there was like people running this way, but then like next to them there was people running backwards. Then it was like explosions going back in, but then it was explosions going.
A man got killed by a wall being placed back into place.
Yeah.
I have never thought of a way worse that I'd like to die than a wall being placed back into its place.
I was like, what the fuck? And then, but the guy's like, yeah, you heard at the end. He's like, yeah, you heard me. He's like, what? It was very, very interesting, and I think what you had said about it that time the last time you was on was spot on. But I'm gonna need to watch that fucking thing like a couple more times because I think my brain can keep up with some of that. I was like, what? Oh, so the person he was fighting in the first. So he fought him. What? Oh, so I'm gonna need to rewatch it. But I finally watched it, and I was just like, wow. And I live like right next to a theater, so like I literally just walked up my apartment complex and went because they reopened the MC next to me, but it's never full, obviously. So I like just walked over and went in there and I watched it, and the atmosphere in the theater though, like for that movie, as always, you're right, man. Christopher Nolan be hitting that. I don't know who he gets to do his scores and shit, but.
It's not even the scores; it's the mixing because Christopher Nolan is the only person that remembers going into a theater and going, "Man, this is kind of loud," and that's what I love. That's why I will always watch his movies in theaters because he's the one that makes me realize, no matter how much I'm doing in my room, a theater will always outclass me.
Right. So. No, I didn't watch this in theater. I watched this on my computer. That's how I was able to restart it after playing my phone.
Oh, I thought you were saying that his sound mixing. I was like, oh. Well,
no, but the reason I said that is because I got like a subwoofer and shit for this computer.
Oh. Okay.
So it sounds that good on my shit. So imagine. That's why I understood what you meant. If I had watched it in theaters, my socks probably would have got up and left because that shit was magnificent. On my shitty speakers. So I could just imagine like in a well constructed thing. So
dude, Tenet has me talking to an old friend to figure out how the hell I can get ceiling speakers in this room.
You don't have ceiling speaker? I'm surprised you don't have ceiling speakers.
No, so one speaker, right? That's the thing. I have them mounted on the wall, but not on the ceiling.
Okay.
So that's the thing. Specifically, I remember that I had watched Tenet, and then a couple of days later, I think I invited my sister-in-law, and her husband to watch 1917 in here. And there's the scene when the boys are sitting in a little blown-out bunker, and the planes are flying over them. And because I had just watched Tenet in Dolby Atmos, 15 speakers lining the ceiling, when the plane flew over and I didn't have speakers firing down on me, I thought, oh no, thanks Christopher Nolan, you're gonna make me spend more money. Thank you.
1917, man. I don't think you remember how hyped we were for that fucking movie.
Yeah, and it delivered.
And then when I watched it, did I watch it a little bit before you? I'm trying to remember. Or we watched it around the same time.
No, I think we watched it around the same time.
Yeah, because remember we came to. This was maybe we were still going into the office.
What the hell's an office?
Huh?
What the hell's an office?
Well, I still go, so technically I go
True.
where the office is because I live closer now. Oh, just moving and shit, and then whatever. But we were still going to the office, and I came. I was like, bro, yo, because I watched it at the opening night at theater. Yo, look, oh man, that transition between characters when you thought this one guy was the main character the whole time, and it was such a smooth shift that I didn't really pick it up. I was like, they're following that guy now. Oh, then when he was running and he jumps off the. I feel I'm gonna watch that motherfucker again.
Dude, my parents asked me the other day. They're like, "Hey, what was that movie that you wanted us to watch?" And I was like, "1917." They're like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Whenever you guys want to come over,
Gotta watch that shit, man. That's a high class movie right there.
1917. I'm still so impressed that Rob Stark just shows up for 3 minutes and gives a performance that always leaves my eyes watery by the time he's done talking. I got just the one scene where I already forgot what the Schofield, I think. Whenever Schofield walks away and they have Rob Stark in the back and he's out of focus, every single time I watch that movie, I don't let the camera tell me where to look. I'm still looking at Rob Stark the entire time, even when he's out of focus. And I love this movie so much.
I think one part of that movie, and it's not even like the action part, for me was when he was riding in the back of the truck when they were giving him a lift, and like everyone was talking, but they were like, it kind of like muffled him out just to show that he was in his head. No, they were talking, but he was just sitting there, but you saw his facial expression. Sorry.
No. What I'm gonna say is what's so impressive about that is that you think they were muffled when they weren't.
Oh, okay.
They were talking at a normal volume. It was just that the music was a little bit louder.
Okay.
That is masterful.
Well, what I just meant is that as a soldier, man, just I'm having a really bad day. I don't want to talk right now. I'm having a really bad day, dude. And he's just like there, like he's like, my brother here going through it, man. He going through it.
Just here. It's so cathartic to have that scene.
And it was such a small scene.
Yeah. It's so cathartic to have that scene, and immediately after, just him being able to finally express himself when he's trying to get the car out of the mud.
Right.
Like, that is...
and all
it's
pieced
so
together. And
expert.
also, another powerful scene is when he meets that girl under the building. Is it under the building? Like inside the building?
No, it's underneath the building.
Underneath the building. When he because I think he had just killed a German dude.
Yes.
And he meets.
Wait,
was that after? I gotta watch this movie
he killed the guy inside the building,
right? And
then he had basically what is straight up just the fucking money shot.
Is that the run, right? The chase.
Okay, so there's two money shots. I think. Oh no, I can't choose. There's two money shots. I'm not going to say which one I choose because I can't. There's the money shot of him running through the town,
right?
That's completely enveloped in shadow, which I can tell you right now, in this dark ass room, blackout curtains, OLED TV, that scene sings. Mm-hmm. It sings in here. Like, that is the one money shot that every single time I think about that. Wait, that isn't what I was talking about. Now I'm guessing. Wait, okay. What we were talking about was who he killed. He had killed the one German soldier inside that building,
right?
Got knocked out, had that sick scene, and then that's when he disappeared into that bunker with that French woman.
With the French woman, right? Mm-hmm. But the reason I say like how important that scene was, you could just see like the way he was communicating with her and stuff, and she had a kid.
Yes.
And stuff.
No. My favorite thing about that scene is the use of fire. Like, my wife made fun of me because I read into it, and she's like, that's why I had you write all my essays in English and I didn't do anything. Like, I was talking about just the fucking beautiful framing of having him to the left in the shadows, her holding the baby in the flame, and I was telling her that flame in the back is the domestic flame. And to have him then decide to go out into the chaos,
right.
And the first thing you see is that burning church. I was like, that's the chaos flame.
Right.
That's the chaos flame.
Right.
He is going out there to make sure the domestic flame doesn't become the chaos flame.
Yeah.
I was like, I love.
Well, him leaving actually pretty much saved her. But she didn't even want him to go.
Yes. No, and the good thing about that is that since he has a wife and kid that he can't face at home,
right?
It's perfect.
Right.
It's so perfect. That is visual storytelling. That is what I expect.
That was dope.
I love this movie.
Oh man, like I watched it a couple times.
Whenever I watch it with my parents, it's probably gonna be 6 times.
But obviously I can't recreate the theater setting out here because I don't have the equipment.
Hell, let me know whenever.
So it didn't hit as much. But when I watched it in the theater, I walked out of that shit, my heart was racing. And then look at the end, he like just sits on the tree. It's just like I was like, that boy went through it. So you have to call back the attack. Yeah, bro. Like, fuck.
Masterful. Absolutely masterful. That's probably my reference movie for this movie theater room. Like that's the one where it's like you want to see what the shit can do.
Man. If you gonna watch a movie, man, that one's it. Hey, dude. So you got anything else?
I want one last point.
Well, I was gonna bring up another movie, but go ahead.
Oh wait, no. You okay? fine then. I will go first, and then you got last.
Okay.
Since you did bring up TV shows, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, because I love my props, hold it down for a second. I'm gonna put this back, and I will grab it.
Yeah, so just to elaborate on war movies, I haven't seen a good war movie like that since I think Saving Private Ryan was pretty good. So, but 1917 is definitely the shit, and if you haven't watched it, definitely catch that motherfucker. Yeah,
If
what's
you
up,
haven't
bro?
watched 1917, I can't be associated with you. So, I got these two, right? *Halt and Catch Fire* seasons 1 and 2. Now, this show is so absolutely niche that you see this gigantic thing right here. That means this didn't come out in the U.S. The Blu-ray release was literally only in Germany because no one watched it, and it was only released on DVD here in the U.S. And it's so niche that this was the last physical release for the entire show when it's a 4-season show. It wasn't even released on DVD in the U.S. *Halt and Catch Fire* is so criminally undertalked. It is an AMC show. It belongs next to the Mad Men's. It belongs right next to the Breaking Bads and right next to the Better Call Sauls that AMC put out in that time. And this is what I'm banging the drum about.
Is it a foreign show?
No. It is. All right, just because it gets a good idea. *Halt and Catch Fire* captures the rise of the PC era in the early 1980s, during which an unlikely trio, a visionary, an engineer, and a prodigy, take place in a personal and professional risk in the race to build a computer that will change the world as they know it. While charting the changing culture of Texas Silicon Prairie, tensions build within the group as they attempt to navigate the thin line between visionary and fraud. Genius and delusion, and as they drive to do something that matters, run up against their ability to truly innovate. This show is awesome.
That's crazy. I never heard of it.
It's so criminally under talked about that I don't know what it is. I haven't really read about why this show didn't hit, because I mean, this show came out during the AMC heyday. Like,
that was during Walking Dead and shit.
Yes, no, this was 2014. This was 2014.
Oh, okay.
Like, that is right there. Like, this was, Breaking Bad was done in 2013? So, I mean, this was in that prime time to get noticed, and just for some reason, just didn't. I can tell you right now, this show is phenomenal. The 3 main characters are just perfect. I mean, like, right here. The visionary, an engineer, and a prodigy. So we've got the first episode. I'll probably just ruin the pilot just because it is such a good hook.
It don't matter. Go ahead, man.
Basically, the idea is that one dude he's basically the Steve Jobs, right? He doesn't exactly have that much of technical know-how, but he knows how to get shit done. He knows how to get things kicked off.
Uh-huh.
And he once read a dissertation about a guy who was probably way too ahead of his time with personal computers, which, keep in mind, the show takes place in 1983. So that should give you an idea. And he recognized what this man's talent was. And he told him, and he met up with him, and he's like, hey, I read your paper. That was insane. It's a shame that basically the company you tried to start up with this idea didn't work out. I want you to help me to reverse engineer an IBM computer. We're going to make it twice as powerful and half the price. And basically, this man absolutely engineered the shit out of this. The situation, not the computer.
Okay.
Basically, what he does is that he knew that the smart dude that he was aiming for already worked for a tech company. But they were doing like little semiconductors, not full-on computers.
Right.
He knew that if he got this guy to reverse engineer an IBM PC while employed at this company, IBM would sue that company for trying to steal IBM's code, forcing that company to either dump them and then spend a whole bunch of money fighting the lawsuit, or just keep them on and hope that they turn a profit to make up the money that they were getting sued for.
Oh, okay. That's actually pretty clever.
that is right from the beginning. I was like, holy shit, that
And it's
is
only 2
smart.
seasons.
Hmm?
It's only 2 seasons.
No, 4.
It's 4
No,
seasons.
no, it's 4 seasons.
Oh, I thought you said it was 2 seasons.
No. So it's 4 seasons, right? It's 4 seasons,
Oh,
and
the
season
catch
2.
Oh, okay.
No. You don't understand how criminally underwatched this show is. Everything gets a physical release. The Leftovers, my favorite TV show of all time from HBO that no one watched, still got a Blu-ray release. Like, I'm never gonna get a 4K release. I understand that, but
Yeah,
like,
you probably won't get a 4K for that.
this show is so criminally underwatched. It's 4 seasons, and the last seasons 3 and 4 never came out physically anywhere in the world. For me to get a physical copy of season 2, I had to order it from Germany, and I can't even play it because I haven't hacked my PS3
I was
to
about
play
to say
region-free
you probably
Blu-rays.
can't play it on your place. Yeah, give me a second there. Yeah, casually damaged. Yeah, Brad, you should check it out. I'm gonna check it out. I haven't seen it. He's telling me about it the first time. I hope I can fucking find this shit.
No, it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix?
It's what's hilarious. Like, that's always the good thing about AMC and Netflix's relationship. So, because I want to explain it, why AMC and Netflix's relationship is so tight, Breaking Bad would not have survived without Netflix. Now, give me 1 second. I have to cough.
Oh shit! Oh,
I got it.
Get the mask. Yeah.
So basically, Breaking Bad was in danger of being canceled for almost every season except season 5.
Right.
And the reason they kept it on is because Breaking Bad was one of the early TV shows that was streaming on Netflix.
Right.
And progressively, AMC noticed that with each season of Breaking Bad, more people were tuning in at the start of each season because they were catching up through Netflix.
Right.
So because of that, AMC, more than any other company, knows the value of having things stream on Netflix, because if people watch it, then they will tune in and watch it live. Which is why by the time that it got around to the second half of season 5 in Breaking Bad, it was the highest rated.
Yeah.
The highest rated viewings that any other season of Breaking Bad had hit.
Yeah.
And the same idea worked for The Walking Dead. I don't know if it worked out for Mad Men, but I know for sure which show it didn't work out for.
Yeah, it worked out for Mad. I don't know if the whole Netflix thing, but Mad Men was on for a good minute.
Oh no! I mean, I don't know if the numbers were there for Mad Men that showed
not.
that it worked out for them too,
but
like it did for Breaking Bad and Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, you know that motherfucker's still showing?
I mean, yeah, which is funny because I think they killed off Rick just to spin him off into another show. Hilarious.
Yeah, Rick's gone. Like, a lot of people are gone, but there's still like some of the core members there, but there's like a whole, like, if I was to try to watch it now, I would have to go all the way back to when Rick was still alive.
There's no point to that. There's no point in that.
But it's funny because I used to read. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out if it's on Netflix.
It is. I
just got to start it.
I can tell you right now that I'm probably at the very beginning of season 4, and I think the show begins in 1982, and I think it might end somewhere around the mid 90s. And as we all know, technology from 80s to 90s is really when shit started popping off. And I can tell you right now, man, I can't believe it. It's so impressive to me that this show balances being able to talk tech and not talk down to you, but not feel like it's exclusionary either.
Okay.
And while still having you completely invested in any of the character drama. I mean, we're talking basically corporate espionage and stealing people's ideas and takeovers, and all this shit is so enjoyable. I can't believe it.
It's so
it's such a criminal. It's criminal to me that this show isn't talked about.
Yeah, you know how it goes sometimes, man. So many shows come out, bro.
I mean, The Leftovers. Like, no one knows what the hell The
you
Leftovers
remember you told me about that. All right. So the last thing,
it.
this one's a nostalgia. This is just a nostalgia because I remember. So the backstory for me on this is that I hadn't watched it. Some strange reason I watched it, and we were at work one day, and Edwin was like, "Bro, have you watched First Man?" And I was like, nah, I watched First Man. Was that another space movie? I think I had said something like that. It's like, oh, it's just another movie about going to the moon. And he looked at me like, dog, listen. He put his hand on my shoulder. You need to watch this fucking movie, right? And I finally watched that shit, bro. And there's so much stuff in that movie that you could talk about. So I'm watching it. And while I'm watching it, I'm messaging these guys. I'm like, guys, did I really skip this movie? If you have not watched First Man, which is about Neil Armstrong, about them going to the moon, it is probably one of the best stories ever told. And there is a scene, and I keep talking about it, when they were finally going to make the moon landing. And they were playing that fucking score, dog. Yo, I think I watched that scene over. Like, I watched it, freaked out, went back, watched it, freaked out. I watched it multiple times. Oh man. Just the music.
Damien Chazelle understands the importance of musical timing.
Bruh.
From Whiplash to La La Land to First Man. I know the first two are musically centered, but First Man, even not being musically centered, still feels like it has this kinetic pattern to its music. And not even the actual music. I mean, just the way the movie is paced feels music-ish. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it feels like it's in its bones, and that's what helps that movie so much. God, the score's so good in that movie.
Yeah,
too.
bro. So, someone commented to say they love that movie. Man, I am I was considering committing a seppuku, man. Like, that's because I missed it. Like, when I said I totally missed that movie, when did it come out? Do you remember?
2017.
I didn't watch that shit till, I didn't watch it till 2019.
2017 or 2018. I don't remember.
I remember when they talked about it, when it came out in theaters. And I was like, I'm going to be real with you. I did the Judgment thing, which is like, oh, another space movie. Because, not another space movie, because I love those. Another moon landing movie. I was like, I don't feel like watching this. I regret it.
For me, what I kept thinking is that, well, okay, Damien Chazelle, you made Whiplash literally my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, we could do a whole fucking thing on that one.
You made La La Land, which is probably the only musical I was willing to defend. I'd say willing to defend then, just because now every time I watch it, it gets worse. So I'm just gonna stop. Right?
I watch musicals, man.
So I told myself, you know what, Damien Chazelle, you have enough credit with me for Whiplash that I will give First Man a try, and I'm so glad I did. Which means that at this point, Damien Chazelle, he has a golden ticket for me. Do what you want. I will follow you.
All right, just to wrap it up here. I hope we don't get copyright. Dog, this scene right here, yo. I want to be an astronaut. Do I get the music? Do I get the music with being an astronaut? I'm only talking through for the copyright shit.
Dude, just you don't understand how insane it is in this room to hear that shit constantly. And not only that, the scene where they try to land Gemini and you hear the horrific sound of just the wind whistling as they tailspin, that in this room is horrifying.
Man.
Absolutely horrifying.
That movie is something else, man.
First Man is phenomenal.
Phenomenal, man. If you haven't seen it, don't be like me. Go ahead and knock it out.
Dude, in my cabinet, First Man is never going to be questioned on its spot. It is never going to be questioned.
Shit, since we talk about space movies, I know this is probably the longest 2 hours. Ugh.
Got it when you want.
It's whatever, bro. I was like, honestly, this is going way longer than I thought because it was just me at first. So I was like, man, this is probably going to be like 45 minutes and I'm hot. So I was just going to show like a bunch of trailers, talk smack. I appreciate you coming on. Ad Astra, what do you think about that? Because I know you watched that a little later.
Talk about Ad Astra, go for it.
Oh, God, you got to go get his collection. So, if you haven't seen Ad Astra, it's with Brad Pitt. Originally, when I first saw that movie trailer, I thought it was going to be like, What was that movie? Oh, I'm so bad with some of these names. Interstellar.
Right.
I thought it was going to be something like Interstellar.
Well, okay, keep talking. Hold on.
Don't get Interstellar. You don't need to go. So I thought it was going to be like Interstellar. But I was wrong as shit. It's pretty cool how introspective that movie is because he also narrates a lot while he's there. There's this scene where they're driving on the fucking moon. And obviously it's in vacuum, so there's no sound. And they're like these two other rovers pull up next to Brad Pitt while they're rolling down the moon in their rover. And they like straight up having like a fucking space battle while they're driving on the fucking moon. I'm just like, only if we can advance that far. All right, go ahead, man.
So first off, just because you did mention Interstellar.
Well, I knew you had that.
This was, I have nothing to add about Interstellar. I fucking love it. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I love Ad Astra that I imported this from Finland.
Damn. Why did you? It's not here?
No, dude, Ad Astra doesn't get any attention from Disney whatsoever in the U.S. All right, I'm honestly impressed that Ad Astra Steelbook even exists outside anywhere in the world.
But I was like, well, I could kind of see it. I could kind of see why it doesn't get much love here.
Like Ad Astra, I fucking love it.
It's crazy because I remember because I saw it on opening night. And he was like, dude, you watched it? Nah, I haven't watched it yet. It took you a while to watch that movie, man.
I watched it maybe a couple of months ago. I mean, this is the fastest I've ever gotten a Steelbook. Like, I watched it on HBO, loved it, but HBO streaming is garbage. It's like 5 megabytes a second. So the gorgeous cinematography was getting crushed by basically color banding. And I was like, I can't do that. I bought the 4K, just a regular 4K, loved it so much that I was like, shit, I want the Steelbook.
This dude addictions to Steelbooks, bro. Yeah, man, I enjoyed it. It was like I was saying when you had walked away is that I had thought it was originally I thought it was gonna be like Interstellar, but I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't. The whole journey to where he was going to get to talk to his pops, his father and stuff. It was really introspective with him narrating and the thoughts in his head and stuff. And then obviously that moon scene. I'm sorry, man. That scene got me hyped. I was like, yo, that boy's pulling up. Because you think of it like an Earth gangster, they just like pull up. And they're shooting, and obviously they in vacuum, so there's like no audio.
Dude, I've been
all you can hear is the breathing and the heartbeat.
Straight up, whenever I try to sell them on Ad Astra, I'm just like, I will be mentioning other movies. I'll be like, oh, there's this movie, this is this, there's this movie, this is this. Here's Ad Astra, Daddy Issues in Space, and then like, and I it's the best way to describe it because like when you told me about the movie, I was like, I still have no idea what I'm getting into. You left me with Space Monkey, and I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm getting into.
Well, because I think I was trying to tell you about it without spoiling anything.
I feel like Daddy Issues in Space is like the good.
Daddy
like, it's
Issues
a good.
Space. I never actually thought about saying it like that. Daddy Issues in Space. There's another one. It's a little slow, so if you be sure to check it out. That's another space movie that I think is pretty dope.
It hurt me because I talked about it to a family member, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I was waiting for something to happen, and then that's the end of the movie, and nothing happened."
Dude, I've never heard it. Hey, Cash. I've never heard anyone say Daddy Issues in Space. Yo, I gotta keep that.
Is it not Daddy Issues in Space?
Oh no, that is like. You ever see like one of those? If you're on Facebook or anything, is like describe this movie
in the worst terms.
In the worst terms, it's like Daddy Issues in Space. Definitely
Daddy Issues in Space.
Daddy Issues in Space, especially because they're like literally all the way to pretty much to the end. After everything gets resolved, and dude kills himself.
I like it's. First off, I mean, it's almost even on the cover too. It's space. It's distorted, so you can tell everything's off. It looks like he's a little bit in the fetal position in complete darkness. Daddy Issues in Space. Daddy Issues in Space. It's on the cover itself. That's why I hate the regular cover, because the regular cover shows you the rover battle at the bottom and Brad Pitt's face, and you're like, oh, I guess we're just gonna be fighting things.
I'm gonna be
in
real with you. The
space."
marketing didn't help because
Oh.
the marketing made it seem like it was going to be action packed. They was talking about like I was like, so there's a lot of action and stuff. There ain't much. Like I said, it's like a lot of monologuing and stuff while he's making the journey to get to his dad to solve the daddy issues.
It is just quiet, introspective, emotional exploration.
Yeah, pretty much.
Daddy issues in space. It's so.
There's literally one scene where they had the battle, and that was the.
And it's so good because I guess the battle itself is cool because of the physics of doing it on the moon. But it's also awesome because it's another scene of Brad Pitt showing just how completely detached he is from literally everything else. One, because obviously he's on the fucking moon, and obviously because he's so emotionally attached to being robbed in space and still being able to keep a steady pace about everything.
Pretty
much.
Well, you could have told that he was detached from everything, especially when they were briefing him back on Earth about the mission originally.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like giving that blank stare.
And you see this little twitch to his face when you hear them talk about his dad. Like he has this little twitch of like, oh, that's an emotional raw spot. Can't show it though, or else they'll ground me. But you know,
yeah. Man, I hate when marketing fucks up the point of the movie, man, because you there's movies that I think would be okay, but then you look at the marketing, then you go in there expecting something, and then it turns out to be on the other side of the fucking coin, like The Village by you remember The Village? The Village was marked by my boy M. Night Shyamalan.
No, I think you said it right the first time.
So, like, the whole thing, it was marketed as, like, a horror film. Like, it's going to be a scary murder. And the fucking shit turned out to be, like, a romantic drama. I'm like, watching this movie, I'm like, so the monster in the woods really wasn't important to this entire plot. It was like a zombie movie where the zombies aren't actually the main.
Dude, The Village was the weirdest remake of The Scarlet Letter I've ever seen.
Yeah. But it's just, what didn't help was the marketing, though. Because they kept marketing it as action horror. You know, they showed the girl running and I sat down through this movie and I was like, this is nothing like what I thought this was big. And they didn't, obviously, M. Night got hammered. And I'll go through my head, does he not have say in what the marketing is going to be?
I mean, probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, what they probably do is that the actual studios themselves will go down to the production house and be like, hey, give us all the footage you got. Give it to a trailer house and go, make something out of this.
Okay, because that was horrible. But that was just an example of when, I was just using that as an example of how horrible marketing could ruin your movie when you're expecting one thing and it turns out to be the other side of the fucking room.
Ooh, I have a good example. Suicide Squad. They had a trailer that made me think the movie was going to be good.
Oh, Lord, you're just a douche.
Look. If you put Bohemian Rhapsody and you time it all perfectly to Bohemian Rhapsody, your movie better be fucking good. They're
relaunching it, though. What's his name that did Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff? He's the director. Good. Huh?
I'm good. I don't know. Like, I get that James Gunn has talent. I'm pretty sure if
man,
I watch
don't hate on DC, bro. Not you. I'm talking about the comment. If you look at the comment, he's like DC in general.
Okay.
We're not starting this, man.
Okay. Look, there is nothing more I'm excited for than the Batman. But outside of anything that's happened in the MCU, I just almost straight up don't care. I will probably watch it.
All right,
just
guys,
so
so that's it
someone
for this
talks to me.
week. Be sure to join us next week at 12. I'm just fucking with you, bro. I actually like DC stuff. Let me put it.
You
this
love
way.
DC stuff.
I like all of it, but I like DC stuff. But my reason it was because originally it was darker, and I always tend to lean towards the noir stuff, the darker stuff. But I was able. Obviously we all were alive, but you know, bro, I was back when it was like really bad. You know, the first Hulk and Batman and Robin, shit like that. So I just honestly, for me, I'm just happy that superhero cinematic universes exist. Like, shit, I'm just like, I'm old enough to see this shit happening, because we all must remember that Fantastic Four did come out in '93. There was a '93 version of Fantastic Four that was like
to just hold the rights.
It just went straight to fucking DVD. But anyway, I'm not getting into that right now. We already passed that, and we are 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I really don't want to do too much editing.
That's fine.
So yeah, hey Ed. Hey man, I appreciate you jumping on midstream as always, bro. We talked a lot this time.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to join us next week. I don't know if it's going to be Dwayne or Edwin, but we'll see. Join us next week around 12 p.m. Central. We talk some more bullshit. Start off the show with an anime, and then we just devolve into madness about movies. I want to fight this dude because he's talking about DC. My fanboy in me wants to fight. Hey man, it's cool.
The homework for this week is *Halt and Catch Fire* and *Ad Astra*.
And 1917.
No, 1917 is the semester project. All right, watch it every single fucking day.
I gotta watch that show though. I'm gonna have you text it to me so I don't fucking forget.
Oh, absolutely. I will probably just keep watching. I'm almost done. I'm at season 4. The internet got introduced. The internet from 1990 got introduced. I'm so excited.
All right, guys. Be safe out there. Peace.